This entry presents another job creator. I've entitled it Peeing on the Street. What I go on to describe is a portable porta-potty. Built using lightweight materials, this new variety of porta-potty would be hitched to the back of a bike and then towed around to any public location where crowds are found. Turning to the diagram, the key feature of this service is revealed. It is pay-per-use. Yup, in the diagram we see a toilet driver and a lineup of money-wielding customers waiting to use his chariot. As to what the fee would be, I'm not quite sure. In a pinch, though, I'd guess that $5 a visit would be pretty reasonable. As you can also see, like the ice cream man, the toilet driver announces his arrival with a musical tune. In addition to calling attention to his presence on the scene, this music serves the dual purpose of providing some degree of acoustic privacy to any occupant of his chariot. Note as well that the toilet driver is shown announcing a strict no number 2 policy. Although policy on number 2s would be the prerogative of the individual toilet driver, the number 2 policy seems an expedient one to me. First, from a purely economic standpoint, high turnover means more sales, and as such, number 2s would cut into profits. Second, the presence of number 2s in the chariot would tend to make the job of a toilet driver pretty nasty, and the facilities pretty nasty for the customer. Third, and importantly, given the weight of water, it would be pretty tough to provide for hand washing with water. Alcohol-based antibacterial hand wash would be the only option, and in the case of number 2s, this would prove wholly inadequate. Fourth, and also important, disposing of waste accumulation would be complicated by the presence of number 2s in the reservoir. Accordingly, I think that both the toilet and urinal would need to be equipped with a sieve-like filter to prevent the passage of solids. Using this system, only pee would be able to enter the system. Toilet paper and any other sanitary products would go into a wastebasket in the chariot. Although the possibility would remain that some asshole would go for a number 2 in the wastebasket, my sense is that this would be quite exceptional. This brings me to the matter of disposal. Needless to say, from the public standpoint, it would be pretty nasty to have a toilet driver dump his load into a city storm sewer. And as far as the toilet driver is concerned, getting caught doing so would probably run a pretty penny, since I'm pretty sure that in pretty much any municipality it would violate any number of statutes. A few alternative solutions come to mind. First, since toilet drivers would be performing a valuable public service, keeping the city's parks, alleys, monuments, and playgrounds clean, municipal authorities might offer facilities for waste disposal. I would think that a handful of strategically located sites around the typical downtown area would suffice. These facilities would be relatively easy to install, requiring little more than a hose hookup on the ground connected to a pipe running into the city's sewer line. I guess you'd probably want to equip the rig with a backup valve, because there are few things worse than spewing sewage. Second, reservoirs might be designed as stackable containers that could be removed from a chariot, properly sealed, and then dropped off at a designated collection area. The two foregoing options would be preferred to a third option, I think, which would be using public bathrooms for draining purposes. This approach would probably get kind of messy sometimes, and I would think that it'd be somewhat weird to see some dude lugging a bucket full of piss through a park or into a subway system. Finally, it occurs to me that if the content of reservoirs were restricted to liquid, solar panels on top of a chariot could be used to slow boil the piss off. Not sure how this would fly, but it's a funny possibility to consider. Although this service might be offered through the private sector, municipalities might like to get involved. Seems to me that they could do so by offering chariots on concessionary terms to their most needy residents, so that they might at once provide a public service and earn a living. I was actually thinking about these goals when this idea crossed my mind, and this, I suppose, is sort of sadly entertaining.